Guess who got the knee out of the brace? Me, bitch. And check this out. Oh, oops. I'm officially 2 months post-op, or 8 weeks. It feels pretty good. It feels, dude, the best feeling is when you just get your knee out of the brace finally, and you're like, yes. Actually, no, I take that back. The best feeling was getting my brace unlocked. Like, getting it from, like, walking around and hobbling with a straight leg to actually being able to, like, bend it while I'm moving. That was great. That comes at 6 weeks. At least for me. A ton of people on here just, like, see what somebody else is doing on social media, and then they'll take that as their own protocol. That doesn't make sense. You have your own protocol. That's what I'm doing when I post. I'm just posting what's on my protocol. Please don't do somebody else's protocol and expect to get, like, the results that you want. Like, what? It's ACL recovery, not, like, a training program. Alright, so seeing as I'm 2 months post-op, and I might be in a better position than you, if you're getting ACL surgery, you haven't had it yet, you're a few weeks behind me. So I'm just going to tell you what to expect, what I've learned, give you my experience, and hopefully you can take something from it. I have my notebook here because I'm really bad at talking consistently. I'm trying to get better, so I'm going to try to make as little cuts in this as possible, because I think it'd be really cool to be somebody who's not illiterate, you know, and actually be able to speak without cutting a million different frames. So I have my notes here to help me along if I get lost. There's still probably going to be cuts because sometimes I just like space out like this. Like thinking of what I'm going to say next. I'm going to try not to do that. Okay, so the first week, what to expect, the worst of it. It's going to be the worst. The first 2 to 3 days after are probably the worst pain-wise. Your knee's going to feel like you just took your knee and just smashed it against a wall like 80,000 times. It's gonna feel like somebody like literally smashed it with a hammer. But it gets better, okay? You're pretty immobile too, you're on crutches. It's you kind of got to figure out how to get yourself around things. If you watch my previous ACL, like day 1, 2, 3, you saw that I was using like a bucket. I used like a Home Depot used a Home Depot bucket to sit on in the shower. It was actually my dad's idea. He was super proud of himself because he was like, oh, what about a Home Depot bucket, when we were talking to the surgeon about like what to use to sit in the shower. And the surgeon was like, oh, that's a great idea. I've never thought of that. I'm going to recommend that. And he was just like overwhelmingly proud about himself. It was kind of funny. But the Home Depot bucket, it works, okay? Just get a towel to go over it because the edges are going to be like, yeah, not the best. Going up steps is hard. Be safe. What you probably have to do for the first like week, 2 weeks is, because you're going to be on crutches, is scoot yourself like around backwards and just like go up the steps like sitting. You know what I'm saying? Like turn yourself, sit, and go boop, boop. I don't know if you needed that demonstration, but I hope it helped. Take your medicine with food always, or you're gonna throw up. That's just how it is. You're not gonna be hungry, do it anyways. Yeah, first week when you're recovering is pretty boring. Make sure you've got something to do with your hands. Like, I brought my guitar, like, I didn't journal. No, I did journal. Journal, like, I don't know, just bring bring something to do with your hands and your mind so that you stay occupied or you're gonna go crazy. Week 2, you're still in pretty bad shape. It's harder to get around, but the pain stopped, okay? The first 2 weeks are probably gonna go by the slowest. They were just so slow. Like, the first month felt like a year. The first month felt like a year for sure. Because you're just doing the same exercises over and over again. And what helped me not skip them was thinking about, like, okay, the consequences of not doing this hard thing don't go away if I don't do it just because I don't feel like it. So even when you don't feel like it, which will probably be most days because you're not going to want to bend your knee 6,000 times, like, over and over again, and, like, quad set, over and over again. Just build it into your routine, make it part of your habit, so it's like something you can't skip even if you don't feel like it. Like, it's just, you're always gonna do it regardless of how you feel. It's also really easy to forget how bad of a position you were in and how, like, exactly where you started, because each day and each week you're moving towards something new, you're in something new. So when you're not looking back at the progress you've made, it's super easy to just get discouraged and get like more tired and be like, wow, like this just sucks, like I'm going nowhere. Because it'll feel like that. Like, I have days now where it feels like I'm going nowhere. That's when I forget to look at the progress that I made and actually think about, at one point I literally could not bend my knee more than this. At one point my leg was complete jello. Now, ooh, good lighting. Now check out this atrophy. It's still pretty bad, but it's better than it was. You know what I'm saying? This is what a normal one looks like. Let me get it in the good lighting. This is what a normal one looks like. I've also lost a muscle here, but it's whatever. We'll get it back. This is what a not normal one looks like 2 months post-op. Yeah. Like, I can squat now. Okay. I can squat now. I'm not supposed to go past 45 though. Like, if you're discouraged, like, you have all these things to look forward to, but you're only gonna get to them if you keep on taking the steps to get there. Like, the tedious task that you don't want to do. What's on my sock? It's gonna suck. Just embrace the suck. It'll make you better. Okay, so week 3 and 4 I'm just gonna group together because they kind of felt the same. The first month is just really long. Week 3 and 4 you start seeing some more like progress. You can like bend your knee more. You're still pretty restricted. I think week 4 or 3 I started switching on and off of crutches. I think it was week 4. My situation's also different though, because that's what's in my protocol, okay? That's what's in my protocol. My situation's a little different because I sprained my AC joint. It might actually be teared. I'm going in, I have an MRI date for January 15th, so that's next Thursday. But basically, that hurt really bad when I was crutching around, and it's been 4 months since the injury, and it's still pretty messed up. Like, when I'm driving, it'll hurt to turn the wheel. I can do it safely, but it just hurts. It's just not normal, so gonna go get that checked up. I'll let you guys know. Golden hour. 3 and 4, your muscle atrophy is still very jello. You can maybe see like a little bit of quad definition coming back. Not crazy though. Weeks 5 and 6 is where it actually really picked up for me. I think 5 is where I started seeing like actual, like, my quad came back. I was like, oh, there it is. It's hard because you want to be building muscle in your leg, but you don't want to be doing more damage to your knee, or just like, not more damage, just like making the repair time longer. Just by like putting on excess like weight and pressure that you shouldn't be putting on just yet, because your body can be telling, if it hurts, leave it alone, or just do a little bit less. So I was actually supposed to get my brace off at 6 weeks. Oh my gosh, wait, so also I got my brace unlocked at 6 weeks. I think it was supposed to be unlocked at 5 weeks when I looked at my protocol, but I looked at it after, because I went to my PT and she was like looking at my protocol. She was like, you're supposed to have this unlocked. And I was like, let's go. So got it unlocked at 6 weeks. 7th week went pretty good. It felt good to like walk around in the brace. Dude, can we just talk about how annoying it is when it like slips down your legs if you have pants on, or if you don't have pants on? Like, God, I don't miss that. Week 8, which is what I'm on right now. 2 days ago, I went to my follow-up appointment and he took it off for me. I'm starting to get into like the actual like muscle building phase where my quad is back, I can see it, but it's still jello. It's time to like actually work on the muscle. I've started to like go up, go down the stairs. Going down's harder. I'm only going down like half steps in PT right now. I was going down half steps the other day at PT where it's just like, where it's like, say I'm on a step right here and I'm just, what can I use? Alright, so this shoe is a half step, okay? Represents a half step. So I'd be here and I'm just dropping like that. And the tip that he told me, I think I think this tip can only be applied after a few weeks. He said just trust your knee when you're doing that because your knee isn't gonna feel like you can do it. It can, it's just gonna feel weird. So just trust your knee. I don't think that's applicable to the first couple of weeks if you're watching that in this time frame. Probably don't trust your knee. It's in pretty bad shape right now. Oh, I didn't even check my list. Let's see if I hit all the points that I wanted to. Oh, okay. I guess one thing I missed is in the beginning weeks, it's gonna feel, when you're bending your knee, it's gonna feel like your knee is literally ripping. Like this part right here at the front of your knee, it's gonna feel like it's ripping. It's because it is. You've got scar tissue in there that you need to break up. And if it feels like it's ripping, don't push it, but that's normal and it's what it's supposed to feel like. It's a good thing. A tip you can use to get your bends back faster is when you do your leg bends, pull it as far as you can, right? And then just hold it. Don't let it go down straight away. Hold it for maybe like 10 seconds. Let it back down. Do it again, right? I wrote down Houdini muscles. Oh, probably like your muscles are gonna pull a Houdini. Alright, I didn't really talk about the mental side that much. I do want to talk a little bit about that. You can expect highs and lows, like it's gonna be draining. You're gonna go through a lot. I didn't fail any of my classes. I came close to failing like 2 of them because it was so much mental work, and the mistake I made was I hadn't built in a routine where I was like, this time I do my PT in the morning, this time I do it in the middle of the day, this is when I do my homework, this is when I eat, this is when I sleep. I didn't have any schedule set in place like that. So I was kind of just going with what I felt like doing in the moment, and half the time that would lead me to either skip my PT or skip my homework or skip hanging out with my friends because I was trying to recover on either of those things. So my biggest tip, just to get your time management down. That's something I'm still working on, but I'm making progress with, and it's allowing me to make progress with this faster because I know exactly what time I'm going to do my PT this day, and there's not a chance I'm going to miss it. I know I'm going to do my PT here, here, and here, and there's not a chance I'm going to miss it. And that is what's going to allow me to get back exactly to where I need to be. Don't focus on the outcome of where you want to be. Focus on the steps it's going to take to get there. Alright, so the last thing I want to leave you guys with is allow this experience to teach you things. Obviously, you're not in a circumstance where you want to learn. You're in a circumstance where you're like, why did this happen? This sucks. What can I possibly gain from this? And you can gain as much as you allow yourself to. If you look at this circumstance like, yeah, I'm in a bad circumstance right now, but I'm gonna be the person who can endure the worst and come out the best, you'll grow. If you can learn to find positives in the worst of circumstances, you'll have a superpower for the rest of your life. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, bad shit's gonna happen for the rest of your life. You can expect twists and turns all around the road, all along the road, right? And you don't know when it's gonna happen, you don't know what's gonna happen. But if you're a person who knows that they can endure and persevere, you're gonna come out better. If I didn't answer any of your questions or you have any questions that are unanswered, it's the same thing. Just comment them down below. I'll definitely reply to all the comments I see. if you're going on your own journey right now and you want someone to go through it with you, subscribe and watch along, because this is gonna be a long road. 9 months. Your body can literally synthesize and birth a child. Okay, I'm gonna go make food.